as Brian Clough said that when he come to this place, was just a small little place and ended up as European champions. I hope when we finish up, we're going to be European champions by securing train manufacturing here in Derby, where it should stay. Brothers and sisters, marvellous, you know, when a trade union calls a strike, you get these MPs who say what the turnout was there a ballot, and so on. And we want to bring new laws in to stop workers fighting back. Maybe right, maybe wrong, that's for discussion. But I'll tell you what, if we called the Derby workers out and strike without a ballot, there'd be a national outcry. So where's the ballot of the people of the Derby City to see if they want their workshop shut or not? We should be asking for a ballot to say, do you want to keep the workshops here in Britain building trains or in some other country? Can I tell you, I'm not a person, by the way, who's opposed to immigrant labour working in Britain. The railways were built by immigrant labour. Irish settlers come here 150 years ago and built the railways. But I'll tell you something, it makes you wonder why every single train in France was built in France. Why 97% of trains that are running in Germany were built in Germany. Why 90% of trains in Spain were built in Spain. And in Japan, every single train that runs on the circuit has got to be built in Japan. I'm told that if we say that we must keep work in Britain, we're protectionists. Well, I thought that's what your job as MP used to be, protectionist. To protect the people that you're supposed to represent. You know, let's not start extracting chapters of history from what took place. It goes far beyond the Cameron government. I used to come up here to meet the Transport Minister, Jeff Hume, who told me that he had railway blood throughout his veins, that his mother worked in the canteens in Derby, that his father was a railway worker. He said to me that he believed he was conceived in a railway depot. When I went out of Marsham Street, the Department of Transport, the BBC said, did you have any success today with Mr. Crow, regarding the Bombardier contracts? I said, no, all he told me was that his mum and dad was a shake over the railway depot. So there you have it. People have been shagging all their lives, they're trying to shag us now in Derby and trying to shut it down. So therefore, brothers and sisters, the question is, let's hold these politicians accountable. Who is wagging the dog, the tail or us? And we've got to start to say to these people, where do you stand? Do you stand to support workers working in this country who have got high-class skills to produce trains, or are you going to throw them on the dole queue? And all this lark about, well, there could be European law and there's procurement laws. Do you think France at this moment in time would sit there and say, oh yes, we've lost the contracts in France and we're going to transfer the work over to Derby? Or they're sitting there in Dresden or Berlin. Oh, we've lost the work in Germany, don't worry. Good old lot in England will do it for us. Of course they wouldn't. And when people say to me like Hammond, I'm going to have a look to see the reasons why we've lost this contract, the simple fact is that France and Germany and Spain are doing what they should be doing, looking after the people that elected them to put them into the position to build the high-quality trains that they deserve. And therefore, brothers and sisters, we've got to start rising this campaign now. They're trying to isolate you to Derby. What we've got to do, we've got to get down to that Tory party conference and ask them, where do you stand? We've got to get that Liberal Party conference and say, where do you stand? And we've got to get amongst those Labour Party people and say, where do you stand as well? Because it's not going to run around to a Union Jack lantern and say Britain's best and then transferring the work to somewhere else. When you weigh it up and people say, oh, the bid might be a bit cheaper or a bit more expensive, you're going to put something in the region, 6,000 to 7,000 people with a supply chain on the dole who are not going to pay income tax anymore, who are going to be claiming social security, but more worry than that, you're going to turn around to say to kids up here that you've got no hope in Derby whatsoever. When you was a kid in Derby 30 years ago, you work for Rolls-Royce, you work for the railways, or you work for the council. And what they're going to create is complete social deprivation in this city. And we've got to turn around and say we want a different kind of society. There should be enough work for the Germans, the French, the Spanish, and the British people as well to build trains. There's enough trains. It's an expanding industry. There should be enough, but we need to share it around for everyone. I don't want to see Germans on the dole or French. They're my friends. But I've got a duty the same as you